Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make some vetkoeks.
also known as Magwinya.
We had tried many other recipes, which was the wet ones that we couldn't handle, but thereafter we got a nice recipe which is the drier method that worked out very well and we made it. So our ingredients are 3 cups of cake flour, of which I sieved, 2 teaspoons of yeast, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, and thereafter have warm water, which is 1.5 cup to dough. I'll be using this flour to dust upon the counter. To my dough, I'm going to add in my salt and my yeast, the sugar, and then the oil. I'll mix these ingredients all together. Now to this dry ingredients, I'm going to add in my lukewarm water, just give this a mix. As you can see, my dough is looking a little dry, so adding another half cup of warm water to it, because this dough must be a little wet and it has to be a little sticky. So all in all, I added 2 cups of water. I've got all my dry ingredients mixed up gradually and it's quite sticky. So I'll leave this to rest for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes has passed for this dough to rest. Now I'm going to use my countertop by sprinkling a little bit of flour, and then I'm going to knead the dough till it's elastic. I'll have to knead this by hand for about 5 minutes. This is a sticky dough. If you need, you can add more flour to your hands. I kneaded my dough and it's to my liking. So here I have a dish that I'm going to just brush in some oil. I pick up my dough from the surface and just place it into the dish. There's my dough. Now I'm going to brush a little more oil on top of my dough And thereafter I will cling wrap this and let it rest for about an hour. I will place this dough in a warm place so it will allow it to rise up. One hour has passed us, and as you can see, my dough has risen to double the amount. I quickly put my oil to heat up on moderate heat. So while I'm busy, the oil will be getting heated up. Thereafter, I'm using the surface of the counter. I'm just going to brush in a little oil. So when I make the ball for the Vetkoek, it will rest on this oily patch. Rub a little oil to my hands. Now I'm ready to get started. With my hands that are oiled up, I'm going to grab the dough. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow it to form into a ball this way, placing it to the oil surface.
Hi guys, my mom was struggling a little bit with the dough, so I'm going to try and get it done for her. So you need to almost put the dough in your hand and then squeeze out a ball like that onto your surface. It's not coming out perfectly round, but we're gonna, as it fries, I think it will come out good. So you take the dough, it's a bit oily, and you squeeze out a dough onto the surface. Just move it.
My oil is heated up, so I'm going to start to fry the Vetkoek 2 at a time. As you can see, we had to allow the Vetkoek to become brown on both the sides. Then you know it's fully cooked. You have to have your heat on moderate, not too high, not too low. So this will be fully cooked. If you have your heat too high, then it might not get cooked in the inside. So now I'm ready to take this two out and let it drain. You can see how lovely it's looking. So I'm going to start with my next two. Now my batch of my Vetkoeks are done. I'm just going to take off this last 2. But as you can see, the batch has made 10, but you can usually make it smaller and get more out of it. You can see how nice it has come. I'll switch my stove off and then I'm ready to serve. Yeah, I'm going to cut one open just to show how it's done in the inside. You can see how fully done it is. And it's still steaming. Now I'm going to serve. Here you go. I caught my Vetkoek served with some lovely polony, and thereafter I also caught some jam in some. You can usually serve it with cheese or just butter to it, and it makes a good tea time treat. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.